We are here live. SuZann Christine. It's her single, not the new one. We'll get into that a little later. We're going to jump right into it with Falling Tears.
Listen, I bought on the Ferris wheel because I'm getting ready to propose.
Never felt this way before. It's like half of me is missing and the other half needs fixing, baby. Why'd I let you walk through the door? Now I wonder who you're kissing. If you're out there, hope you're listening. Because I want you, and I need you. And you know I got to have you. 'Cause without you, I can't pull through. And baby, I can't stop these tears from falling down. Baby, 'cause I can't stop these tears from falling down. After everything that we've been through, you wanna blame me, well I'ma blame you. I did everything you ever asked me to, but when it all falls down, but I'd be better off without you. But now that you're not around, I really want you, and I really need you. And you know I got to have you. 'Cause without you, I can't pull through. And baby, I can't stop these tears from falling down. Baby, 'cause I can't stop these tears from falling down. Ain't it funny how it all comes crashing down, down, down? Broken heart pieces all over the ground, ground, ground. And the monsters, baby, I need you now. I need you now. I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I need you, baby. Need you, baby. I can't stop these tears from falling down. Need you, baby. 'Cause I can't stop these tears from falling down. I can't stop these tears from falling down. Can't stop these tears from falling down. Down. These tears from falling down. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. 2018, 2017, and 2012 Hip Hop Award winner for bestseller female R&B pop artist. SuZann offers many for her fans. The singer-songwriter, she's opened up for such artists as P&B Rock, Remy Ma, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Babyface, Fantasia, Keisha Cole, Raheem Devon, Ryan Leslie, T.I., Wale, DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, and The Whispers, and Philly's own music, soul child, and she's here to tell her story. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's
There
get
you
it.
go.
So tell me what you want to know, because I got a long story. It's like, well, what part of the story would you like to know?
Just start from the beginning of how you got started, what inspired you to become this tremendous talent out of Philadelphia. And remember, I've known you for about a good 7 to 8 years now. You know, I would run into you because I would be the MCs for the Villa Holiday Classics and all that. Yeah. So your thing is on mute, so you got to unmute it. There you go.
Yes,
There you
no,
go.
no problem. Sometimes I'm screaming at the dog and telling
Oh,
him to
don't
shut
worry
up.
about it. It's a cat in here, so he might hear something crazy in here too. So
Yeah.
it's on you. Tell your story. I knew it was going to be a tremendous story to the public, to the people, because you know everybody only just see you as this artist that's always on the grind. But you know, I know there's another side of you that you really need to tell the people what you are all about and what your quest is and future endeavors.
You know, I had graduated from college, and you know, I was always
SuZann,
doing my music on the side. You know, my mother had me in every music outlet I could possibly be in when I was here in Philly. You know, girls' high school, in the music choirs, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, a lot of people wanted to work with me as a teenager, but, you know, my mother was kind of really big on me focusing on school and other ways where I could make money so I could be stable.
Of
You
course.
know, so that was really the main thing that my mother wanted for me. And, you know, I really wanted that for myself as well. It seemed like, you know, every artist that I knew about, maybe not every, but a lot of artists, they had to go through like a struggle. They had to go through some kind of like moment where, you know, they didn't really know what to do with themselves.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Or how they were going to make it, and, you know, financially struggling, things of that sort. And I didn't want to go through that. That's not the type of time I really wanted to be on. So I really tried to not even pursue music for a long time. And I ran away from it. You know, I ran away from it. It wasn't something that I wanted to attain or do, but there was that part of me that was like, yes, it is what you want to do. What do you mean? That's all you know. That's all you know. So of course this is what you want to do.
Yeah,
and,
you don't ever stop loving what you really do. So
exactly, you know what I mean? Exactly. So I called myself leaving and running away from it, and, you know, working for a company and sitting in a cubicle and doing things that I didn't want to do, for all in the name of being stable and making money. And I hated it. I was miserable. And I was in the studio on the side, you know, doing whatever I could do, just to fulfill my love for music. And I would spend long nights in the studio, getting out of the studio 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and have to wake up and drive all the way out to Malvern, which is like near King of Prussia for anybody who's from Philly.
I know.
You know, you gotta drive like almost an hour, especially during traffic, you know, rush hour, just to get out there from Philly on 76. And, you know, I was burning myself out. It was a part of the grind. It was a part of my grind, but it was, you know, I was burning myself out. And one day, you know, even though I know my mom despised it, I told her, I said, you know what, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this job no more. I know every time I talk to you about quitting and doing what it is that I love, you're not really for it, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it. And that was the end of that. And literally 6 months after I quit my job, I was afforded the opportunity to open up for DJ Khaled and Wale and Monica, Melanie Fiona, and all these major artists. My first big show was in Miami, Florida for Radio One Fest. You know, that all came from me entering into a competition on a website called ourstage.com, where out of 1,400 people nationally, I won. And to me, that was, you know, God's way of showing me and telling me that, you know, I actually can do this. This is something that we can make happen for you. You know what I mean? Like this is good for you. Like not a lot of you one out of 1,400 people nationally. Come on now. So that kind of restored my faith and, you know, allowed me to kind of keep going after that,
Yeah,
you know, because I had an opportunity presented to me, you know, a free flight, free hotel stay, free everything.
of course.
And I'm just like, well, shoot, now I'm with the stars. And I'm like, why am I sitting next to these people? And how is this happening? Like, just like that. So, it was a beautiful experience. And from that point on, you know, no matter what roadblocks I hit on my journey, I always think back to that moment where,
How it all got started, and
how it all got started, how it all, you know what I mean? And
did you have musical people in your background? I mean, or is it just you? Because I'm the only person in my family that did music. Nobody else played the guitar. They didn't even play jacks. They didn't do nothing. So, I was the only one. Are you the only one doing music?
My father plays the drums. So sometimes like that's something that what he likes to do, but it's more like a hobby. It's not his thing. You know, it's not like, yo, I make money off of this. This is what I do. You know, but I kind of I'm really the only one that pursuing it. You know, my aunt they sang, my mom had a voice, but my voice came out to be just on another level, between my mother and my father coming together and making me and creating me.
But something was in them. Something was in them, because you just said your father played the drums.
The drums. My mom had a voice.
She had a voice. So it all came together and it's really in an image of you. So that's
exactly
what it really came
correct.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. And so that's why I am who I am today, with them two having their components and then giving me that and then me just being exemplified in that. So that's really where it all comes from. And my dad, he was more of the music guy than my mother, but my mother was the one who put me in every music activity possible, for me to hone in and really get my cultivate my craft and make it better. And
of course. Plus you were working with a couple people. I saw was it Andre Vidal or any of them? Did you work with them? I knew them. I knew them way back. We had a studio in Southwest, but I think it was Andre that used to come over because they was down with Jeff and all of them, and they used to bring sound. We used to swap sounds and all that kind of stuff. I remember that stuff back in the day. So it was funny. I never talked to you about music. I just would see you, but I said, you know what? When I get this going, I'm gonna hit her up and make sure she tells her story. And then you can kind of hear a couple of my stories too,
right?
Going on, and that's how you really supposed to do it. Just blend your stories together because everybody had an experience one way or another. Like I've been on the road before, been on TV before. I did all of that stuff, and I got a project we're working on right now coming in 21. It's already set in stone.
Nice.
I'm not even, and when I tell you, it's all love music and everything. But like I said, even with that coming, I still had it in my heart to go after the artists that I knew, and I wanted to interview them. And this is how people really shed. You gotta sometimes somebody has to break that ice in order for the whole thing to just start to fall in place. But back to you.
Agreed.
Keep the story going.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, the story is full of ups and downs, but it's great, and when I quit that job, there was two goals that I had in mind. And the two goals were to A, pursue my music, and B, give back to the youth, who want to be involved in the arts, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do today if it wasn't for the people who gave back to me so that I could learn how to do what I do and be great at what I do and be comfortable doing what I do on a day-to-day basis. So, I started my nonprofit organization, SCH Creative and Performing Arts. And, I've had some amazing opportunities to bless youth in the city of Philadelphia through having classes with musical theater, dance, vocal music, fashion and styling. We even started a Fly Star program where we started doing tours in the city of Philadelphia at different high schools and middle schools. And even we had the opportunity to house my nonprofit at Jill Scott's Blues Babe Foundation.
Jill Scott. Wow.
Yep. Blues Babe Foundation on Broad Street. So I was able to do that. And that was beautiful. I was, grateful that her team allowed us to come in there and give back to the youth that way through the Fly Star program with SCH Kappa. And, you mentioned Vidal. I just put out a project with Derek Angeletti, who is also a D-Dot. He's worked with Faith Evans, Total, Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, I knew you was always in a little circle of the writers and producers because I would always just check, but I'm quite sure you around a lot of them people.
Yeah, so they Riz Deluxe and Vidal is actually the mix and master of the EP that's going to be coming out called Vibrate High. And we just released just
Out
like a teaser. Yeah,
teaser.
Out on the Limb remake. I always I always sang Tina Marie, Out on the Limb, the regular way.
Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah. And when I heard the beat, when Riz Deluxe and D-Dot played me the beat, I was like, oh shoot, wait, hold on, wait a minute. That's Tina Marie. Hold on. I was like, y'all know I sing this song all the time. They're like, no, we didn't know you did that. It just was crazy to me that they had it.
You did a spin on it though. You made it up tempo.
And it's so that the newer generation, they need to know who Tina Marie is. If you don't know who Tina Marie is, hopefully you'll get to know who she is through me.
Oh yeah. In an image, in another image. That's all.
And
another image. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's just showing homage to her greatness because, of course, her music and songwriting was on a whole nother level. Her and Rick James did a lot of great songs, and not to mention, Square Biz and all that other stuff that she did. She's definitely one of the greatest songwriters, singers of all time. And she used to give it up on that stage too.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's funny. I was just watching her at her last performance back in 2010. We're coming up on her 10-year anniversary. She died the day after Christmas on December 26th. And I was sitting right here when I found out she cried, and I sang Out on a Limb on YouTube. And, just was saying rest in peace to Tina Marie, because, I just loved her. When I first heard her, I didn't know she was a white woman, but
Nobody knew.
I didn't know. I didn't know until I got older. I'm like, oh shoot, Tina Marie white. Oh shoot, wow. But I was just watching her. She was singing. I want to say it was a 4th of July concert on the Parkway, and the same year that she passed away in 2010, Black and Nobel had it on there, and I was just watching, and I was like, dang, she killed the stage. She still had a good voice even before she passed away. So
of course, she was great. She was such a great, performer. Remember, she also knew how. She was like Prince. She kind of played different instruments and stuff like that, And a lot of the young people never, you had to witness Prince. I did. I actually saw him down at the Kimmel Center.
I didn't get to.
And that was the last time he was in Philly. And the only reason why I got to that one was because somebody canceled, and I was able to slide in. So I remember, her being a great entertainer. And of course, the music. Come on now, she's great. The music is great.
It's no way that right, exactly. Everything came from the soul, the lyrics, everything, the instrumentation. The Out on the Limb that I did is not, of course, it's nothing like the instrumentation that that she had going on. Of course, a lot of the music is not like that today.
Oh no,
You
it's,
know,
it's push button. It's push button. It's not
you
really.
know, yeah. But you know, it's one of those things where the newer generation they could vibe to it and bounce their head, you know. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, Tina, she's a legend, and I've thought about it numerous times. It's like trying to do a concert that just all Tina Marie records, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I knew, like I said, when I put this together, I knew a lot of Philly talent from hip hop. I even knew some reggae guys and African guys that I'm going to be bringing on here too. I just had one. He was from up New York.
Okay.
And so the platform is really an open format. It's not just music. Like tomorrow, I'm doing a boxer. His name is Eli Dixon. And
Okay.
he actually has a serious story about how Mike Tyson was hating on him and was, he about to let it out the bag tomorrow. And it's
Wow.
serious. And he's got some people coming on this thing tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. And like I said, I do basketball. Of course, you kept seeing me at basketball events because I would bring you.
Yep, I remember I
out
would
there.
do the
Yeah.
anthems.
Yeah, you were always. I think I brought you out like 3 times. The Wale one, which was at Benjamin Franklin. I'm not sure if you was at the Palestra when they did that, but that's when Tiger and all them Meek Mills was all there for that one. But it's funny, I was actually doing that. And next thing you know, they start telling me, "Oh no, bring everybody out on the court." Wait a minute, I'm the PA announcer. Y'all telling me to do everything now, So it's obvious you knew Patrick then. Were you cool with Patrick?
Which Patrick?
Patrick was the actual. He was the actual person that put it together. Patrick. Well,
I'm sorry. I may.
anyway,
Yeah.
Well, Patrick was the point guy. He's no longer working with that Sneak Villa and changed the name.
Oh yeah. It was a couple people I knew over at Villa.
Yeah, Villa. And Villa was hot.
It's no more Sneaker Villa.
I think it's a Villa. It's called Villa, but it's not called Sneaker Villa.
Sneaker Villa no more, just Villa.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but they used to
a lot of my
some
connects over there. I don't think any of my connects over there are there anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm quite sure they're not. They done probably swiped that, and I think you were there at the height of it too. So remember, they put a nice little buzz. I mean, through the city, and they did it through the basketball games actually with the high school which I'm still connected to the basketball stuff. In fact, a lot of the NBA players, 2 of the players that's playing on the Los Angeles Lakers right now, I did their games since they was in the 5th grade.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
So that's Markieff Morris and the other guys, Dion Waiters.
Okay.
And they play for the Lakers, and the other one of the other twins play with the Clippers. It's funny, Kyle Lowry, all of them. I did all their games. Villa wasn't around at that time, but I did it before Villa. But the bottom line is, I've been a part of those guys, upbringing, and as far as and a lot of them will tell you that I was the first person that ever said their name on the mic. So it's a little history in that stuff right there.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So we're gonna get into it again. We're gonna jump into your remake, your homage to who is it?
The late great Tina Marie.
The late great Tina Marie, and of course she talking Squid Biz, huh? Yeah, that's it. All right, here we go.
Out on the limb.
Out on the limb.
Sometimes I say to myself, I don't even know if I really want to do this music stuff no more. So many times I didn't know who to trust, who was smiling in my face, who was talking behind my back, and who really wanted to see me win. But it don't matter how many times I had those thoughts, I always seem to get back into it again.
Just like when once you use yours and every too sensual. The look upon your face when you love me tender and my cup was full. Oh, something in the time when it all was over and I suffered deep. Something's how you love like there's no tomorrow as I open the sleep. Baby, 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 are you mystery? Ooh, you got me spinning around. What have you done to me? Spinning in a nation of lost inside you. I feel so insecure, but yet I never feel so sure whatever I wanna do. I don't wanna leave. I'm giving in to you, yeah. Baby, baby, I'm giving in to you, yeah. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, I'm giving in to you. No, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm giving in to you. I get it. Hold on, I'm giving in to you. Hold on, hold on. I'm giving in to you again, baby. I don't wanna leave. I'm giving in to you, yeah. Baby, baby, I'm giving in to you, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Out on a Limb, the remake. SuZann Christine, it's homage for who? Tina Marie, a legend in the game. Once again, she has opened up for artists such as P&B Rock, Remy Ma, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Babyface, Fantasia, Keisha Cole, Raheem Devon, Ryan Leslie, T.I., Wale, DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, The Whispers, and Philly's Own Music, Soul Child. Dum, 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 dum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk about a little bit more. Do you have an album or anything coming? Coming up.
Yeah,
Or-
I just mentioned the Vibrate High project with D Dot, Angeletti,
Oh, okay.
Vidal, and Riz Deluxe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That the Out on the Limb is
Is it 2021 or is it the end of this year? Because usually Christmas is coming up. So
it's really supposed to be in November, but we were supposed to be dropping the next single, which is called Sexy. But I don't like to do anything without a music video. And
it
we
looks like
actually
you're doing
we shot the video in Florida. Shot the video in Florida, and
Okay.
the video didn't come out the way that we wanted it to.
Oh.
So it looks like we got to reshoot it. So I'm just kind of waiting on the team to do their part to reorganize and redo what they need to do for so we can drop the project.
Yeah. I notice you always say the team. And a lot of artists don't understand you can't get it done by yourself. You have to form some type of team in order for for it to become to wake up the dream. You know what I mean? Because
certainly
it's like I knew that was another thing. I said one thing about her, she's going to promote. She's going to tell her whole team, even though they might not be on it right now. I know you go tell them to share it by tomorrow. So the thing is, and like I said, I've known you. It might be like 7-8 years. I think the first time I saw you, you were doing something at the TLA, and I'm not sure. I think John Barber was a part of that event, and where he brought a bunch of no. I saw you at the Prince Theater. Remember that? It was at the Prince Theater right off of Broad, and South. Well, not Broad and South. It's Broad and Chestnut. That little theater that's right there. That was Prince Theater.
Yeah.
So John was getting Dwelly and all those guys there, and I was helping them sell some tickets and stuff. So I remember
Okay.
the night. I remember the night that you were actually there, and that was the first
Yeah.
time I heard about you, but I never seen you, perform. So that was probably the first night, which that had to have been at least a good 8 years ago. So
Yeah. Wow. Woo.
yeah,
Yeah. That's I'm like, man.
yeah.
I
So
have to call John, man. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in a while. Got to check in on him.
I think he does something with a guy named Keith Forsey called the Philadelphia Experience. They do events, formal events. They bring the DJs. They bring performers too, I guess. If John's involved, John is music. So there's no way in the world you're getting past that. All right, so you can tell everybody some more information on what you got going on, or however you want to do it. I got it. We can keep going because it's really on whenever I hit the button. So
okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just a project for now. We just dropped Out on the Limb. That's what I'm working on. Working on some other non-music stuff that is kind of private, so I'm not sharing it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, in terms of the music side of things, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
COVID that definitely kind of squashed a lot of things that I would have liked to do. But
but it was funny. The project I'm doing is in 21. Regardless, it was going to happen in 21.
So yeah, let's hope that we can get back to the regular way after 2021.
Yeah, by at least April they need to have it. But according to what they're saying, they're saying that it's on the rise again. Oh, I know what we can do. You got to name me your 5 top female singers, and we're gonna do the males too, and they could be from Philly. It's your list.
It's hard. I ain't gonna tell you, and it could change every time because it depends on how I'm feeling.
Somebody get cut. Somebody get cut.
Who's getting cut?
So, what some of them singers, and I know they're gonna be waiting for their name, but you just gotta cut them.
I'm just saying. No, I mean like a lot of them aren't even here anymore. And they're people that I like to sing their songs, but that's like the Tina Marie's and the Whitney Houstons of the world. So, they're like some of my favorites. The Phyllis Hymans.
Oh wow, yeah, that's 3.
Yeah, Tina. Oh, I already said. Did I say Tina already?
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah, you reloop. You back in the studio stuff. Yeah, you said that.
But I'm definitely a big fan of Patty, who I just got a chance to sing background for at the 50th anniversary of the Essence Music Festival this summer. During COVID, we did a whole virtual thing. Y'all can watch that on YouTube. Check that out. She's amazing. Some of my other favorites, Lauryn Hill.
Oh man,
love her.
It's the first album. Just give me the first album.
That's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's just like Faith Evans. That's just like Faith Evans. Her first album.
Yeah. Yep. Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole. Oh
first
yeah.
Album. Give me the first. It's a couple other albums I like, but the first album.
Yeah. Music Soul Child first album was
your first album gotta be the bomb. You know what I mean? The one that you're gonna put the money behind, like.
Yeah. Yeah. And hold up, we going back to when they used to sell music, not views, and we don't know what that means. Because I'm like, all you gotta do is be controversial, and you can get streams
views like this.
Yeah.
Don't mean that people really like you and want to buy your stuff.
Yeah, but they'll pay attention. They'll pay attention to you. Did you ever work with Meek Mills?
Never worked with Meek. I had Meek knows who I am. There's somebody that's close to him that was actually locked up with him, and we both kind of helped campaign and promote him to get out. To get out because he was wrongfully convicted.
Yeah, of
And
course. You shouldn't be in jail for popping willies.
well, yeah, not Meek was wrongfully convicted, but somebody that Meek Mill was a walkie with in
Oh,
SCI
okay.
Chester
Okay.
was wrongfully convicted, named Eric
Actually,
Riddick.
yeah. Actually, Meek Mills used to hang down my way because that's where
What's your way?
it would be the Fairmount section. So that's where Uzi Vert and all of them is from. So Uzi Vert, we call it Highland and Lowland, but we're actually Highland and that's Lowland where they was from. But we all knew each other, from around the way.
I never, the more and more I hear people talk about different areas of Philly, there's areas that I never heard of.
Yeah, no. You talking
I
about
be like
Fairmount Park?
Highland
You
and
talking about
Lowland,
Fairmount?
and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
be
but
like,
that's the
so
hood.
what part of
That's how the
Fairmount
hood
Park?
is.
You talking about the west side or the north side?
No, it's north. They're from north.
The north side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
north
'cause,
side.
well,
I'm
Meek
from
is from
North
north.
Philly. Yeah, I'm from North Philly, and
Okay.
they're from North Philly.
Yeah.
But Meek
Uzi.
used to come down, down towards Lowland, because a couple of the guys that he's hanging with, is from from my way. So I
Oh.
found that out later on. I mean, I don't even know who they are. Like, I was hanging with them or nothing like that. I just
Right.
I just found out. And Uzi Vert, I knew his father, and that's how I knew it was him down there, from that area. But we all from the same neighborhood though. But anyway,
Right. You wouldn't know about it. Trust me, if I ever worked with him, you would know.
yeah, you would have said it. You would have said it. You never did one of the
you would-
roots.
you
your
would-
roots.
No, I haven't
like
worked. Yeah, I know. Like I'm cool with Black Thought. The last
Okay.
time I saw him, so I moved to New York last year.
Oh, so you're not in Philly?
No, I'm back in Philly now.
Oh, okay.
I just moved back like a month ago. But
okay.
I was there. I had moved at the top of last year, and he invited me down to to the Jimmy Kimmel show, and we met up and we spoke, and
okay. Oh, that's right. New York, they right there. Yeah, they right there.
Yeah.
I used to be cool. Matter of fact, one of the guys I grew up with, his nephew, went to performing arts with the Roots, and the drummer guy used to come around. What's his name? Quest. Yeah, Quest Love. He used to come around from time to time, on and off. This is when they was actually on Geffen, and I remember they used to come around because they just cool. That's all from school or whatever. And I remember them. And Black Thought, he used to be at the gym when I was there, and I knew somebody who knew him, and we just always just speak, and that was it. But other than that, yeah, it's funny because Jazzy Jeff was in that same gym. So Jeff used to come. Tariq came earlier, to more sort of work out, and this, and after that, I went to the Bellevue Stratford after that, and then I met everybody at the Bellevue Stratford. The Bellevue Stratford was the spot.
What is that?
That's the gym off of Broad and Walnut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was in there, and that
It's
gym
not
right
around
there.
anymore.
Oh, when I tell you I was meeting everybody in there, I'm talking about from the mayor, Andy Reid, all the Eagles, all the news reporters. We in there playing basketball.
That's crazy. So sometimes you just gotta know where everybody at.
Well, they told me that's where it was at, but I was like, man, I don't believe that. And then I got there, but look, matter of fact, you know who was playing basketball with us? I mean, I know he's in a little trouble right now. R. Kelly. He used to come to Philly a lot.
Really?
He used to come a lot.
Wow.
They come here,
it was a lot of errors in Philly that I just missed,
No. A lot of these cats that really had their runs hung in Philly.
I'm sure.
The chords.
Music.
Philly is great.
It's a music mecca, man.
Yeah. So if it comes down to music, who wrote the most hits? It's Philly.
I believe it. I agree.
It's not New York. It's actually Philly. When it comes to R&B and all, it's Philly. Philly had it. Of course, Gamble, Huff, and their era. Come on now, you can't even compare that era.
Tell me about it.
We're going with the 5 males.
5 males. You say he in trouble, but let's not say his name first. But Luther Vandross.
Oh, you about to cut him?
No,
Oh,
no,
no, okay. I'm about to say.
hell no.
Okay.
Hell to the no.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Luther Vandross, one of my favorites, hands down.
Yeah, Luther Vandross, of course.
Hands down. Trey Songz, which I just like.
I like Trey Songz.
R.
They
Kelly.
trade us to death though when he first came out though. They trade us to death.
What you mean?
Every barbershop played Trey Day for as long as you was in there. So I was like, wow. But he was killing it though. I like his music. I like his music. I like his music. I like Usher a little bit better, but I like his music.
Usher.
Yeah.
And Chris Brown.
You naming all the people that's, and Usher and Chris Brown are smoked on stages, on the dancing and singing. So yeah, you name it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's
but
that?
Luther was one of the first people I got to see live.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the Tweeterton or the Susquehanna or, thank you, Lawrence. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, but that was one of the first shows I saw. Even like Phyllis Hyman, I named her. But like some of the younger people, in terms of the females, I'm a big, huge fan of Janae Aiko.
I was just talking about her.
She's the bomb.
2 days ago.
She's the bomb. Her like my top two female singers that are out currently right now.
Yeah, current. Who's the current one?
I love Janae, and then Michael Jackson. Can't.
I'm about to say you cut Mike. Wait a minute. I'm surprised. Prince.
Hands down. I never really was like, oh my God, Prince. I was never really like that. But I love Prince and I admire him. And he's just somebody that I have to like tap all the way into. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something.
It's a lot of songs that I don't
You would have appreciated him though if you would have saw him live. You really would have.
I bet,
Yeah.
And I never saw Michael live either. But Michael,
I never see him neither.
Like his music, his sound, his songs, all that kind of stuff, like they resonate with me. And I sing a lot of his stuff now, like especially at wedding gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Michael, he like his voice, especially the young Michael, like ooh.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was sick with it when he was young too.
Yeah, and those are the songs I like to sing. But then there's back to the females that I like today, Janae Aiko and Summer Walker. Like
I like Summer Walker.
I'm into her. Sometimes I let my R&B station.
She can actually really sing too. Like I seen her. Seen her with the guitar and they went on. I think the Roots do that thing where it looked like they're in a library or something. They do.
Yeah, that's not the Roots. That's a Tiny Desk. You talking about Tiny Desk?
That might be it. I'm not sure, but I seen her on there and she was killing it. She's
the bomb. She's hands down. But yeah, her, Janae Aiko, Solange, big fan of Solange. Beyonce is she's somebody I pay the money to go see twice during the tour.
Oh yeah, Beyonce.
I go to DC and see her, and then I come to the Philly show, and like I spend the money to go see Beyonce.
It's a different energy when she shows up too. Like I've seen the crowds with the Rihannas but it's different when she shows up. I mean, she really brings it. She brings the heat. She really does.
Oh yeah, she brings it. And then Rihanna is one of my other favorites. Like
Rihanna got a great band.
I miss her. I miss her a lot.
She was about to drop, and then the pandemic thing came. I remember they were talking about that.
Charlie.
There you go. Yeah. So all right. So we talked about that. What about you? Okay, because I gotta separate this.
Okay.
Hip hop and then the current rappers. Just give me 2, 3 on both. The current rappers, you probably right off the bat.
Because I'm really an R&B. That's what I love.
Oh, okay.
But so if we gonna go back, Lauren is gonna be back in the hip hop bag. Kim
in a bag like Meek Mill's. Okay.
That's because she was on both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course she was.
She's just one of those lyrical beasts.
Oh yeah. What, you ain't like Eve?
Loved Eve. Loved Eve. In fact,
was
I
really,
remember being
really,
a really young kid singing lyrics.
no,
You know, I got
Eve
older, like, oh, look,
represented.
I knew all the words to this song. And I was so young.
Look, Eve was nice. I mean, she was nice with the flows. And look, here's the funny part about all of that stuff. So that's Black Friday Entertainment. I knew those guys because Mark and Sherman was a part of that also.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
yeah, so I kind of knew. I knew that they were doing it. I wasn't around them at that time, but we used to hang out a little bit. So that is funny. When I said Eve, I was like, wait a minute, that's Mark and them, because they were the ones that Mark and Sadiq and all of them. What about okay, so
And
we
then,
talk.
go
You said
ahead.
who? You said who?
No, I was gonna name some other hip
Oh,
hop
go ahead.
people
Let's keep
that I
going.
love.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep
Kanye,
going.
big fan.
Oh
Big
yeah,
fan
the
of
rap. Oh,
Kanye.
you see his church thing?
Yes, I have.
Oh
Amazing.
my goodness.
Amazing. Shout out to Gogo Marl. She's from Philly. She's a part of that choir. She's a part of that choir.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Yep.
that's crazy. It
Yeah,
ain't
she's
that
on
crazy.
tour with him and everything. Yep.
Wow. So Gogo Marl is with Kanye West band. Wow. That's
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
yeah. Okay.
But and then Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, they're like my top three that I
Okay.
really love. And
They're all about 30 right now, right? About all them guys, they're about 30.
oh, I guess so. I don't know.
Because J. Cole went to college and he's been out for a minute. He's been out for about 5-6 years by now. So, a lot of those guys get on 24, 22, something like that. Yeah, I like those artists too. But I definitely like Summer Walker. I like her music. It's another. I'm gonna give you my 5 R&B guys that I would roll with. I like Tank.
Oh my God! How could I not mention Tank?
You cut him. It's too late. It's too late. You cut him. You didn't burn
I would
him.
replace him with somebody else, but that's cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
I love Tank. Like, I'm a big, huge fan of Tank. I've seen him live with just
Tank is nice.
a
He's
piano.
baritone.
I think he had like a piano and tracks or something like that. I think that's all he had.
Yeah.
At the TLA, and I was like, "Yo, this man, he's a beast."
Yeah, I like Tank. I like Tank. Who else I like?
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself.
I like Music Soul Child. I'm a
big fan of music.
I like Joe. I like Joe.
Nice.
Joe was really nice. With his shows.
They tried to cut him out that Power song. Did you? I don't know if you.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was paying attention to it. I was paying attention.
They had Trey Songz on there.
She gonna say Aaron Hall.
I remember.
Aaron Hall. Yeah.
I miss you.
Yep. It's funny because that's who I studied. I studied him, but it's a little bit of Charlie in him. So it's because Aaron is Charlie Wilson and him are similar, but Charlie can go different. He could take it all over the place. And he still can do it. He can still do it too. So I haven't heard Aaron in a while, but I'm quite sure, him and Teddy and all of them, they're gonna always kill their records when they live. Shout out to Teddy Riley. I was down there too. June would know about that. So we was down there. In fact, the time that we went down there, the Brat was there.
Oh, wow.
Pharrell was down there. Look, everybody.
I love Pharrell. Big fan of Pharrell.
But it made sense because when we was down there, it was in Virginia. So Pharrell is from Virginia. But guess what? Pharrell's real cousin is in Philly.
Okay.
And it's the producer from an old hip hop group from back in the day. Is Lee Johnson, which is Ellie Square, and he was producing all the hip hop stuff, 80s, 90s, and that's his real cousin. A lot of people don't know that though. Only a couple, maybe like Ab Lava and all of them. They might know.
Okay.
From major figures and they might know. They know. So they do know. Yeah, they know.
Kelly and all them.
Yeah. And when we met June and them, June was with somebody else. I forgot her name, but they was down there then too. And at the time, we actually had paperwork and everything. They had just brought out Queen Pen, and we were the next act, but it was just too much. too much back and forth. We had the paperwork, we just didn't, go on and do the deal with them.
Okay.
But we came out independently and always, did pretty well. But the point is, like I said, I've known you for at least good 7 to 8 years, and I knew you was out here hustling and grinding. I said, I was like, look, I know she got something. I know she got stories. Or do you? What about you said 21? You got that project coming, but you got some underlining projects that you can't speak on just yet. It's obvious because I know you did some records with Lee Mays, and you don't think I'll be checking on this stuff. You did some stuff.
Oh my gosh, 2012, 2011.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, but I remember when it was out though, because I think that's when I first started seeing you at the Villas.
Wow.
Villa Holiday. So that's when it was all that, and I was cool with No Frills and all of them because they would hire them. They would hire them to be the DJs and all that. And it's funny because over the years you just never know where you never know where the journey might lead you to. And
real talk.
I'm quite sure. Did you ever see yourself as a singer when you were like real little, 4 or 5, or because sometimes it's in somebody from the gate?
Yeah, the answer is probably no. Like, for a lot of years, especially into my childhood, I really was one of them people that kind of, all right, it's 2 layers. Earlier on, it was a dream.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like, writing music and picturing myself singing it in front of large crowds and, things of that sort, and being in little small groups that I created with my girlfriends, and none of them really could sing, and some of them could. But then, yeah,
Keyvine Edmonds.
Yeah. And then as I got older, a lot of people project your fears. They project their fears onto you. And they tell you it's almost impossible for you to get things and for you to do things. And they tell you about how negative the industry is and how, it's so hard to get this and so hard to do that. And they never really tell you that you can, So
it always comes with some flack or something. Yeah, you're right.
Right. But I just ended up getting to the point where, I just started seeing myself being a healthcare person, like working in healthcare. By the time I was like 14, 15, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna continue to do my performing arts stuff because I love it. But I'm not trying to be, the thought in my mind was just not there. It was just like, I ain't trying to be no real artist. I ain't trying to make no money. People, I don't know how they get there, but I'm not, it was all,
everything is really political, but it is political.
But it is very political. And I learned that on my journey too, just how political.
Oh yeah, it's very political.
When I talk about the beginning of the Out on the Limb video, and I say, sometimes I say to myself, I don't even know if I want to do this music shit no more, because at the end of the day, you got so much politics that's standing in the way of greatness. So and it just, sometimes it just gets tiresome. It's like all this politics going on. This is ridiculous. I was just talking to a film writer the other day. He's telling me like, yeah, such and such, I ain't going to drop names, was supposed to greenlight my film, and it didn't get greenlighted because of politics. And I'm like, ain't this politics some stuff? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, because it's like a brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever it is. And
either they want you in or they don't want you in. And either they're going to take care of you or they're not going to take care of you.
You either going to be chosen or you're going to be choseless. And,
correct.
So.
And it don't mean that they won't maybe choose you later on.
But there's a way to crack it without them. And of course, it is the independent route. And, and of course, if you can get those spins with real BDS, that's how you get the traction to your career. But of course, it has to sneak through the crack in order for it to, transform into, your opportunity of being in the industry. Then Okay, just cause you got a deal, that don't mean nothing just yet because they could put you on the shelf for 2 years. You don't want to get signed right now because it's the end of the year. If you
Just
ain't
gonna
on that,
write you off.
they're gonna write you off. Yeah, you might get a couple dollars, but man, I don't know if you're coming out because they're about to start playing Christmas music. And unless you really got some crazy buzz, and even with that, that don't mean nothing. You can have the craziest buzz. It's still a political war of where they're gonna go with it. And remember, they got 1,000 artists they can
Yep,
go to. And I don't know how you
more than
knife.
1,000.
I don't know how you knife through 1,000 people, and it's some people in there that's fierce and got some heat, and even they don't get the opportunity. So you gotta do your bumps and bruises. I don't know how these people get on when they 17 and 15. I don't know how they do it, but Chris Brown did. He got on very early in his career.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, I even have a little
It's all
story
about
with
who
that.
you know, man. You gotta. It's like really, it's all about connections and who you know.
Yeah, but look, I got a little story with that. So there's the
Okay.
story with that was there's a guy actually on my page right now that Chris Brown used to live with him when he was a young boy. He took care of him. I ain't gonna say
Um.
no name.
Okay, I might know who it is.
Yeah, well, he's on my page, and we
Okay.
had that conversation before, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Man, what?" And man, how that man got there, it's a story in there, and it's crazy because the story I actually know the story because
Okay.
when I talked to him, he told me the real story, and I was like, "Wow!" And then he was like, "That's why I left it alone."
Yep.
So people don't know some of these people get there, and these artists, man, all of them aren't as loyal as you think they are, and then some of the management is not all that loyal to you neither. So it's a give or take in the industry. So you got to
Yep.
be careful before they'll take you right on out your deal.
They will take you, and yeah, it's just difficult because you don't know who has your best interest at heart for real, for real. Some
Yep.
people play like they really have your best interest, but they don't really have your best interest.
Oh no.
So and
No.
so many moles and plants and like it's a game. It's really a game. So
Oh, it's a real game too because if you
they say
don't
the
know,
music game, they like dead serious. Like you got to find out what piece you are on the board because you don't
I
know.
look. The funny part is I don't really tell too many of the stories, but I could just go on and on and on and on with camps and all kinds of stuff. It's not even worth it though, because it's like, what do you get out of it? Whatever they went out and did, and at that time,
It
that's
is.
what
It
they
is what
did.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's just it.
You want
So
to give the story privately, but no need to be putting everything on blast like that. What's the
no,
point?
it's no point because it ain't going to get you nowhere anyway. So you got to get to the point where, man, I'm just glad it didn't happen to me. But you don't want you can't have that mentality like you would want to see somebody be in that position. I don't bang like that. I want everybody to be successful, go on and do what they dream to do,
Mm-hmm.
and if I can help, I would. But if it's out of my league, I'm not gonna sit there and and sell somebody down the river, for nothing. Okay.
Yep.
So did you hit everybody with your handles? And
Yeah, follow me, hit up my website, SuZannChristine.com. Merch is available. Music is available. Some exclusive music is available that hasn't been put out on the major platforms. And I'm actually working on the website where I'm going to allow people to subscribe and become members of the SuZann site. And they're gonna get like exclusive talks, exclusive video, exclusive songs that I'll never release. But
yeah,
I'll be able
okay.
to talk about them, and they can come in and listen to them and all that kind of stuff. So only for a membership, like SuZann membership. So it's gonna be some really nice stuff. So just follow me.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Like you
Okay.
really want to get to know SuZann, you'll get to know her there. But at SuZann Christine, biggest day on this screen right here.
Yeah.
SuZann Christine, CHRISTINE. My hashtag is SuDat, which stands for spiritual, unique, divine, artistic, and thankful, because that's who I am.
Oh, okay. So SuDat means what you just said.
Yep.
All right, so we are tuning out. It's SuZann Christine. Deuces.
Peace. Thank you, Scar.
All righty. Have a good one.